The first big romantic comedy is releasing in theaters. Maybe I do, but is it any good? We'll talk. Hi, how you doing today? It's Just Jess here. Hope you're having a good day. And today, yes, so we got the first big romantic movie to be releasing in theaters. That's right, in theaters, titled Maybe I Do, starring Emma Roberts as well as Luke Bracey. Now, if Emma Roberts looks and sounds familiar to you, it's because I have her in my background for the poster nerve. So I absolutely love Emma Roberts. I think she's phenomenal, gorgeous. Oh, like wow, perfection. And full transparency with you folks, I am a dude. I do like women. Before YouTube, before streaming, I was going to school to become a relationship therapist, marriage counselor, getting my psychology degree, but I quit because I wanted to do YouTube and movies. That's my life, like YouTube and movies. Like when I went to school for those many years, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm done. Like I only went there because I thought I was going to do that. Whatever. That's a whole different can of worms. But anyway, I just want you to know I do like girls. I love romance. I love relationships, working on them, being in them, even though I'm single right now. So I have that background, even though I am a guy, because a lot of people are like, oh, guys don't like relationships, blah, blah, blah. No, dude, there's some guys out here that like relationships, and some of you know me for the After series and for other relationship movies. We literally had Redeeming Love that literally came out last year in January around this time. Remember that? Some of you guys were still subscribers, and I thank you so much, because now we have another romance movie coming out this year. But Maybe I Do feels like a Christmas movie, but that's just set in January. So I'm glad that it's still in the winter, because you see the lights, you see the atmosphere, you see like the downtown of the snowing and everything, but it definitely feels like a Christmas movie. However, once it comes out on streaming or Blu-ray or 4K, you can absolutely watch it during the Christmas. But I guess they don't want to release it in December, because of Avatar and all the other movies that we're playing. But this stars Emma Roberts and Luke Bracey as a couple deciding to see if they should get married or not, or tie the knot. If those names sound familiar to you, just like I said in my short out of the theater reactions, they were already starred in the Netflix hit movie 2020's The Holiday. I could not find online if this was a direct sequel, nor does it say on like the Wikipedia page. If you saw that movie on Netflix, which I did, that's why when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, is this a sequel? I don't think it's a direct sequel based on the information that I could find. I mean, if you found something, please let us know. But I feel like you can think of it as a sequel, because in that movie, spoilers for that movie, not for this movie, for The Holiday, she was trying to see if they should stay together as a couple. Now, for this, it's already established if they were a couple, so I guess in a different world and a different time. I'm glad that we have the same two pairings of the cast. I mean, they're supporting cast, there's their parents, they're played by different people. But with this, I thought it was really cool, because we have Emma Roberts and Luke coming back to like be a couple, but now taking the relationship potentially to the next level with getting married. After Michelle, played by Emma Roberts, gives them an ultimatum after the wedding they were in. She's like, you have a day to decide if you want to get married, and if you don't want to get married, we're done. So that's where the movie kicks off, and I'm really happy to see them back, because they absolutely have great chemistry with each other. They played a movie already back then 2 years ago, so coming back to reprise, I guess, like the girlfriend and then the boyfriend roles, but maybe to get married, plus with the supporting cast of the parents, with them coming into it, I thought it was pretty cool, even though it doesn't say it's a direct sequel. This is one of those movies where a lot of people are gonna throw away, oh, this is just like a throwaway romantic movie. It might do great on streaming. Valentine's Day is coming out next month, so I get it why they wanted to push this out now. Even seeing romance movie on the big screen is always my favorite. That's the first thing I'm covering. But this is the type of movie where you see different pairings, different couples, because it's not just about them. In the beginning, you see other couples or other pairs, is what I thought, at different points in their relationship, friendship, and even less than a week of them introduction with each other, and sometimes intersection, crossroads at the dinner party that you see on the trailer. So this is all just trailers from the movie. So this is not like spoilers or anything, but we meet Alan's parents, and they seem like they're only married for the child. Now I'm not gonna tell you which is which, but one of them's vicious, and one of them's like, yeah, you should marry her, blah blah blah. And the other one's like, no, which I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil it for you. But it was a nice dynamic, because he literally goes to their parents. She's like, hey, she gave me an ultimatum. What should I do? Parents, help me. For real, that's what it does. And then Michelle goes to her parents. She's like, I gave him an ultimatum, but I like her family because they seem like, oh, they're very supportive, even though their parents, like I said before, remember when I said it's different pairings and pairs of couples intersection at different times of their relationship and their time in less than a week? Without spoiling anything, and if you've seen the trailers, it's pretty cool, because it comes into this junk road crossroads at the dinner party, like, oh my gosh, like you're this person, you're that person. And I don't want to ruin it for you, but it is, and that's where the romantic comedy comes in, because it's different romances, different people, different relationships, even though the center of it's the marriage between Luke and Emma Roberts, but it's still when their parents get involved. I thought it was pretty cool dynamic, and like a lot of critics are already bashing this movie, but with that information, I just wanted you to know where I was coming from with the relationship relationship background, with the romance, with even the past history here on my channel on YouTube. If there's a romance movie, I will absolutely cover it. Romance is where I'm going, and especially with the after series, some of you have been here, which I thank you so much. We're still gonna talk about relationships and romance. And once it gets to the climax and once it gets resolved, yeah, there's like bickering, there's back and forth. It's like if you ever watch the awkward moments, like that moment's coming and you know it's coming because it's led up in the trailers as well in the movie, but they don't know, the characters don't know, but we know. So it's one of those movies where you know, oh, this person had a little thing with this person, a little bit of backstory, a little dialogue, dramatic narrative scenes with relationships, with like, oh, the potential of the other couple that they might see that they never thought they will see again. It's like that with the awkward moment. You see that coming up and it gets resolved in a weird way. Without spoiling anything, I'm 28 years old. I felt like this movie really caters, especially the second half of it, caters to, I don't want to say adult, mature narrative, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, because even though I'm 28, I still don't understand why the resolve happened that way. Maybe it's because I'm not that old yet, because we are dealing with a young couple and old couples. And I don't say old couples like it's willy-nilly, like adult, elderly, wisdom, experience couples. And I feel like I'm not there yet, so I'm sorry if I can't really, but I'm being honest with you, I don't know. I mean, I get it why they're like 15 or 10 years of marriage, or even more, or 20 or 25. So that's maybe something that I could speak on later, but right now I kind of get it. It's like dipping my toe in the water. I kind of get it, but at the same time I kind of don't, because I'm not there yet. But to be honest with you, if we get a type of movie like this in January, I'm excited to see where the rest of the movie goes. But any single people, couple people, even heartbreak people will appreciate this type of movie. It's short, simple, and sweet, and of course it's a romance comedy. A lot of people are bashing it because it came in theaters, but I'm really happy because it came in theaters so I can cover it. But the execution of this particular movie is different enough for me to be like, wow, because it's different, because it's like, because they know each other like before this even happened. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just like, ooh, the execution of this romantic comedy was nice to see. But honest truth, yes, it is a typical romance, but the execution on it, like I said before, with the introductions of each other's life and the knowing of like, ooh, are they gonna like, what are they gonna say? Are they gonna be shocked? I'm glad that I saw this on the big screen before it hit streaming, because movies is where I live. But definitely a winter Christmas movie. It's not like, I mean, you've kind of seen this before, but it's always awesome to see Emma Roberts and Luke Bracey come back to rise their roles again in a relationship. I'm personally going to give this a B-. I had a good time with this movie. Of course, relationship background with the knowledge that I gave you, but there's some parts where I'm just like, I don't know if I'm that mature yet or have that wisdom to understand the resolution, especially in the second half of the movie. If you made it this far, I appreciate you so much. Maybe consider hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. With that, take care, bye.